Hello?
Hello, is this Simon Heart of the Lion Biyong?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, I see. My apologies for trying to get at you at this late time. I know it's a 7-hour time difference between my neck of the woods and yours, because I know that you probably don't know who you might be facing, you know, for a but I just wanted to get a chance to talk to you about that.
Okay, no problem. I am with my son. That's why there is a little bit noise around me.
It's okay. My family is in the background on my end, so things are crazier on my end as well. But
Okay.
But still, before I talk about your professional career so far, which you have a 6-1 pro record,
Yes.
I just have to ask, you're 28 years old, you grew up in Yaounde, Cameroon.
Yes, that's right.
What was it like growing up in that part of the world, knowing that fighting really isn't, a part of that country's DNA? Football or soccer in the U.S. is more noted over there. What basically turned you on to martial arts over in Cameroon?
I can say that I was not prepared to be a martial artist, because in my country MMA is not popular. Many people don't know about MMA, and many young children and young men are focused about soccer and music. And me too. I have tried to be a soccer player, but unfortunately or fortunately, I was not that good. So I decided to to play basketball because of my height. I am 6'5", and then basketball was the best sport for me in this moment. And I have entered into the the MMA world when 4 years back, when I came here in Europe, here in Italy. So MMA for me is a recent thing.
I see. And when it came to transitioning from living in Africa, living in Cameroon, to living over in Europe, living in Italy, how did that process go? Did it came before you decided to fall in love with MMA, or after?
The process come because I leave my country, because in Cameroon I was an artist, and I was a painter, and I decided to make a university of art. In my country, unfortunately, there is no university who some people can go and learn art and turn it into a profession. So, in a common accord with my parents, I decided to leave my country to come here in Italy and study and learn and enter in one university to get a diploma. So here in Italy, I was alone, no friends, no family, and I began to play basketball after university to relax, to make something different. And I have also made an experience the name is una squadra, come si dice? Una squadra in inglese. No, say excuse me. And I have made a little experience into a basketball team, and that experience was not good. So I decided to completely turn my back to basketball and find another sport, maybe who can give me something new. And I was because of a Cameroonian who is in UFC. His name is Francis Ngannou. Mm-hmm. And I saw so many of his fight, and I say, maybe me too, I can do something different, not for being a professional, because in the beginning I'm going to this sport just for fun. I'm going to this sport just for discover another world, because I'm mind open. So that's why the transition coming. So I say, okay, I found a gym here in my city, X1 Box in Genova, the first MMA gym in the north of Italy. And here with my coach, I begin to train MMA. And I said and I remember I said to my coach, I want to fight. I want to try. I want to see if I have that talent, if I can be me too a fighter. And the thing go, and today I'm on another level.
I see. And when it came to your amateur career, I'm looking at Tapology, and I don't know if it's true that you only had one fight in the amateur ranks, but...
Yes, that's true. Yes.
But what was that like, stepping into professional MMA competition for the first time when you defeated Gabriel Cronenberger for Venator FC in April of 2017?
Yes, I remember in this fight I was an underdog, because Gabriel Cronenberger is a jiu-jitsu practitioner, is a black belt jiu-jitsu, so a Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And this fight happening like that, so because in the life I am a person who never back down. My coach said me, okay, this is I have one opportunity for you to grow. There is a black belt jiu-jitsu that who want to make a fight, but there is no opponent for him, and it's a good test for you to see if you can enter in this world. And I said to my coach, yes, if you prepare me good, I'm ready to take that challenge. And then I have faced Gabriel Cronenberger, and I have won this fight by KO in the first round. And my professional debut also was unexpected, because there was a heavyweight who doesn't have an opponent, and my coach said me, okay, like the first, like Gabriel Kronenberger, here is a heavyweight and there is a belt. If you accept that fight, you have the opportunity for your professional debut to take that belt. And these heavyweights have no more experience because also for this heavyweight, he was a MMA pro debut for him. And I say, okay, I'm ready. Prepare me good, prepare me well, and I'm ready to enter in this fight. And that's what happened. The belt was a Figma. Figma is an Italian association who manage MMA here, and I have won this fight by KO in the first round also.
Okay. And going all the way up into your fourth fight in your professional career, and you won your first three via knockout, am I correct?
Yes.
I see. So when
no,
you
the second pro fight was unanimous decision.
Oh, my apologies. But
no problem.
But all the way up to your fourth professional fight, you lost via rear naked choke in the first round to Ernesto Papa for Look Toward Cage fight in
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Do you feel like there was a lack of preparation going into this fight to cause you to lose this quickly?
Definitely. I was not prepared very well for this title fight because here in Italy, MMA is not that professional like other country, and there is a little things who happen behind the scene, and for me, I was not prepared physically for the level of that competition because I have faced an opponent with more experience in his hometown. For me, it was something very new. But what I can say is that defeat learned me a lot because since that moment, so many things have changed about my mental preparation, about my physical preparation, my conditioning, and I have also have the opportunity to enter into a good management who provide me a good sparring partner, and it was bad for me to lose, but also good because that defeat bring me also good news, good people around me.
I see. So this basically leads me, because of course when it comes to losing, you shouldn't think about that loss forever. You live, and obviously, judging from what has gone on so far this year, you're learning. Because
yes,
over the last 8 months, actually over the last 9 months, you've been on kind of a tear. You've been on quite a tear. You knocked out Fabio Russo for the Slam FC light heavyweight title. You made your debut for Nova FC, knocking out Sead Kahovic. And obviously your crowning achievement was 2 months ago when you became the EFC Worldwide Light Heavyweight Champion, knocking out Quentin Russo. So I just have to ask, on that last fight that you recently had, when Cyrus Fees, the ring announcer for EFC Worldwide, announced you as the light heavyweight champion of that promotion, what were your emotions like? What were you feeling probably coming out of that?
I cannot put a word on that feeling because it was something unexpected for me. Not unexpected to win, but to have that opportunity. And I say thank you to my management, Caribbean Sport Management, because they have done a very good job, very, very good job. And the things go very, very fast because my management said me, okay, EFC Worldwide wants you, like want to give you a multi-contract of 6 fights, and for the title you have to win 2 fights, and then they can give you a title shot. I say, for me, thank you. This is a great, this is a very good platform for me, and is a worldwide platform. So many people around the world can watch me fight, and that's what I want. And Quinton Rousseau, his first opponent was Drotsky. He's a South African who lives in Cape Town. And unfortunately, Drotsky Drotsky broke his hand, if I remember good, and he cannot fight. Then EFC came to my management and say, well, we want Simon Biyong in replacement of Drotsky for that title fight. So it was an unexpected news for me, and I say, oh, good, very good, because in my mind, I was prepared to be a world champion by 2020. So get that news in this year, in 2019, was something that I say yes. Without thinking about it, I say yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to take that opportunity. And preparation was good with my coach, Mao Salis. And then arrived in South Africa. EFC is a very good organization. Winning that title means a lot for me because that title opened me so many doors. That title opened me in the worldwide platform. Then today I have also the opportunity to make my rising debut because of that title. So it was something very good for me, and I'm very I'm very proud of me. I'm very proud of my team. I'm proud of my management, and we are ready to take over the world. We are ready to face different challenge.
I see. And as far as your debut for RIZIN, I can't really talk about that because of the fact that not only has an opponent not been set for you, but they're probably deciding off on if you're even gonna be on the RIZIN 20 card on New Year's Eve, which I know that you might be a part of because they didn't sign you just to look pretty. But still.
No. Yes.
But still, regardless of who your first opponent in Japan will be, I have a couple of questions to ask on that. First of all, I mean, have you seen anything about the RIZIN Fighting Federation so far that just makes you, feel excited? Have you seen any previous events of theirs or any previous fights of theirs?
Yes, firstly, I'm an MMA fan. I'm a martial arts fan. So, like other fighters, I am on YouTube to show the best event, the best organization where I dream to perform. RIZIN is one of the promotion, and for me is a dream come true to go to fight in Japan. Japan for me represent the land of martial art, Asia, and so I have seen so many big names like Fedor Emelianenko fighting in the ring of RIZIN. Also Floyd Mayweather with that Japanese, I don't remember his name. Also Floyd Mayweather compete in the RIZIN.
I'm sorry to interrupt, even though it's kind of my motif, but Floyd Mayweather fought a Japanese. Floyd Mayweather fought a Japanese kickboxer and mixed martial artist named Tenshin Nasukawa last year.
Yes, that's right. So, RIZIN is a place where big names come to fight. So, I want to be part of that story. I want to be part of that. So, when my management behind EFC Worldwide, because I have to say, RIZIN to get me the contract, while RIZIN have contact EFC Worldwide and say to EFC Worldwide, we want the best light heavyweight you have to compete in our last event of the years. And the matchmaker of EFC said, okay, yes, we have Simon Biyong, who recently became the EFC light heavyweight champion and is the good prospect for your organization. So my management came to me and said, okay, Simon, we have a good news for you. RIZIN want you to make a debut in their organization. And I say, wow, this is a very, very good news. And for the moment, I don't have an opponent, but I think I saw there is no many light heavyweight, but I don't know. I see one Ivan Stilkov who can compete in heavyweight and light heavyweight. I see another American guy. I'm waiting for my opponent. For the moment, my training camp has begin. For the moment, my training camp has begin, and I can wait. I can wait to have a name. I can wait to have an opponent. To focus on him, focus on his technique, and to build and to build a game plan to make my RIZIN debut successful.
I see. Another question I want to ask, and I know that you have experience finishing opponents, especially in your most recent fight with Russo, knocking somebody out with elbows.
But, yes, I'm a finisher.
Yeah, we know. But when it comes to the RIZIN rule set, it gives you the opportunity to not only use slanted elbows like 12-6 elbows, but soccer kicks and basically knees to the head of a grounded opponent. Are you not only prepared for that, but are you prepared to fight in an actual 20-foot by 20-foot ring for the first time?
This is a good question. For me, the RIZIN Rules is something very new, and my training camp have that function to prepare me for the ring, to prepare me for that 10-minute first round, because I see in RIZIN maybe there is elbow when you are on stand-up, but when we are on the ground, there is no elbow. Things are different. The RIZIN Rules will change completely my style, but like a professional, I'm ready to adapt, because in this sport you have to adapt. You have to learn the rules and play with the rules if you want to win. So there is so much thing new, and I think my opponent maybe have fight before me for the RIZIN, and will have that advantage of knowing the rules. And for me, I am supposed to check the right combo, the right form of to perform.
I see.
I don't know if I respond to your question.
Well, let me go ahead and ask this question, because when it comes to what you said earlier, I know you said you tried to get into basketball, but it ain't easy, because when you think of that sport, you think of elite players like Pascal Siakam of the Toronto Raptors, or the legendary Hakeem Olajuwon, who played for the Houston Rockets. But when you think of legends from the African continent who have fought in Japan, like Raymotiri Sokoju, Manel Cape currently, or Andy Olugun, when it comes to what you're planning to bring, what do you hope to accomplish as far as African fighters fighting over in Japan, as far as great African competitors fighting over in Japan?
For me, this person there are legends. For me, there are legends. I don't know. I can have that opportunity to influence or to send positive vibration to other young people, or inspire another to enter in this sport. It's great, because for me, for the moment, I'm not a big fish. For the moment, I'm not a big fish. I hope by the next year becoming to become a person, an athlete who can have a big influence in my country, for the other young Cameroonian, for the other young African, because I know in Africa there is so much talent, so much people who can bright, who can show the world how we can do the things. But unfortunately, we all know that that we have lack of preparation. We are lack of a structure to make build that talent. So my dream in this sport is to have more influence to inspire another young people. Maybe if I have that opportunity to build a gym in my country to give a good formation, a good basic like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At this moment in my country, there is no school of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu who we know is a fundamental in the MMA, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and also Muay Thai. So we have a long road. In this sport, we are here to open the road for another, because for us things are possible because of big names like Ramos Ukuju, then make a good thing in Japan. So I hope I work so hard to have a career like this legend, or maybe more famous, more influence.
I see. And I have just a couple of more questions to ask.
Okay.
First of all, how can your fans get in contact with you, regardless of if your fight will potentially get announced or not? Because I know, again, that you can't talk about who you're going to be facing yet. It hasn't been announced, and nobody wants to break anything because it might spoil things. But how can your fans get in contact with you? And do you have any shout-outs to, give towards your fans and your training camp?
Yes, the fan can get in contact with me on my Instagram, Biyong MMA, or on my Facebook page, Simon Biyong MMA Fighter. And recently I have opened a Twitter account, Biyong MMA. And if the fan can feel free to text me, to call me, to know about my preparation, about my upcoming RIZIN debut, if RIZIN decide to give me an opponent. And I give a massive shout out to my fans in Cameroon, my fans in Italy, my family, my team, my coach, my management, Caribbean, and I'm ready to perform. I'm ready to enter in the ring. And massive shout also to you who give me the opportunity to express myself in your platform. And what I can say, I'm saying to RIZIN, make it happen. I'm ready.
Well, mercy to that. Thank you, because I know that when it comes to fighters like yourself, they don't quite often get the publicity that a lot of other fighters get. I mean, you yourself are a prospect. You could possibly be the next John Jones. But that's
I'm coming for him. I'm coming for him.
That's not hyperbole. That's actual fact because of your finishing ratio. But still, I do like to give. With this platform that I'm a part of, Focus Fights, I do like to give prospects like yourself. We like to give prospects like yourself the opportunity to, express yourself, because you guys don't often get that opportunity to do so compared to the bigger names.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate. That's why I say thank you to give me that opportunity to express myself in your platform, because I know your platform. You are in America, where me too. I hope to have the opportunity to perform in the UFC. So we are working so hard to get that contract. We are working so hard to have the opportunity to represent Cameroon, represent Africa in this part of the world. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And one more question I would like to ask. I know normally it is up me to ask, if you weren't fighting in MMA, what would you be doing? You already answered that question for me. If you weren't fighting in MMA, you would play basketball. But given the fact that mixed martial arts and martial arts in general has blossomed into popularity to the point now where you not only have promotions like EFC out in South Africa, but you have pretty much a promotion popping up pretty much everywhere in Africa that's free to have a promotion. And I just have to ask, do you think that mixed martial arts could possibly have as big of a boom in the African region in like 5 to 10 years from now, as opposed to how it's been in other parts of the world over the last quarter century?
Yes, definitely, because we want a big show in Africa, and I see so many talk on internet about a possible UFC in Africa. I don't know why UFC cannot come in Africa, because we have many champions like Israel Adesanya, Kamaru Usman, and in the future Francis Ngannou will be a heavyweight champion. So it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Our work like fighter is to show the world that we have all that takes to be the place. Africa is the future. We are ready to be the future of the MMA. We are ready to be the future of mixed martial arts. So the only thing we have to do is to work, to be focused, to work, and to open the road for the young generation. And definitely, I think Africa will be a big thing. Like Brazil is famous to have a good roster of fighter. Also Africa, because for us, every day is a fight. Every day is a fight. There is so many people that fight just for it. So many people fight just for have a clean water. So fighting in the cage is just is a normal place. It's a normal place for many of us, because life is so rude. So it's just, for me, it's just a matter of time.
I see. But other than that, it's been fun talking with you. I cannot wait to see who you will be matched up with at the RIZIN 20 card, which will be live worldwide on the FITE TV app, FITE.TV, at 7 a.m. Italian Standard Time, which would be 11, which would be 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific in the United States on December 31st. Well, the morning of December 31st or December 30th. But it's been fun talking with you. May peace be with you, even though I know you're going to bring some type of a war into the RIZIN Ring against whoever you get matched up with. And I'm bringing the heat. Exactly. And I really hope that when it comes to your MMA future, that you do all you can to make African MMA succeed, because I know that there's a lot of big stars out there, but it's the prospects that make this fight go. It's the prospects that make the fights go, because without prospects, what will those stars have to fall back on?
Yes.
But
thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yep, thank you. And I accept that interview also to try to better my English, because it's a fundamental part to be in contact with person, because I need that. This for me is a test for me to be in to express myself, because so many fighters don't like this, because they don't want to talk, but it's important for us to express, to make fans know about our feelings, what we live, what we have like struggle in the training camp, in the preparation, and also to give the true information about our career. So thank you, and hope to hear you next time, or maybe after my RIZIN debut.
I wouldn't mind interviewing you after you make your debut in RIZIN, whether or not you win. But I really hope that you manage to succeed in making African MMA successful, regardless of the result.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Other than that, it's been fun talking with you, and I hope you do well.
Me too. Thank you very much. I don't know if there is night, but have a good day.
Afternoon in the United States, but I wish you nothing but the best of luck, and good night for now, sir.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day. Bye.
Later.